Hi, welcome back. We are trying to find out why there seems to be a memory leak in the I Love Shopping website when the user goes to view categories. And we see that here. We go to memory, we take a snapshot. It says 34 meg, right? And if I go to categories and just click it, now we're seeing categories. And take another snapshot. It's jumped to 51 meg. We'll do it one more time. Categories, and now 68 meg. Last time we covered basic function, but here's a quick review. So this is a definition of a basic, a function, and nothing happens just by the existence of this. It only gets executed when it is called. We went over another way to define a function. This is an anonymous function, and it is assigned to a variable. So that variable becomes a function reference. And again, the mere existence of this does nothing. It's only executed when called. This is a weird site. I've been trying to emphasize that placing a parenthesis pair at the end of something is what changes it completely. If we run this right now, nothing happens because I removed the parentheses. So if we are curious, we want to show what's inside of these two. What is this then, right? Just by moving the parentheses. Oh, they are references to functions. Now let's do something interesting. Here we have, again, a repeat, right? This is a variable being used as a function reference. But what if I remove this? Okay, I still have the anonymous function, but it's just sitting there in the code. And not only that, once the page is loaded and all the code has run, this is useless. You can't go back, right? Because there was no reference to it, so it was lost. Now, since I've been making such a big deal about parentheses to get something to execute, why don't we do this? All right, let's run that. Okay, it doesn't like that unexpected token. But what if we tell it this entire thing? So instead of a reference to a function being here, in other words, instead of some ref and then the parentheses, think of this some ref as all of the body of the anonymous function from here to here. Think of that being this. All right, now if we don't even need this because this makes it run. So we'll remove that. Besides, that's not referenced to anything, so we have to remove it. Another anoni, this one, and I can tell you that it's not this. Let's remove that. Let's run. So we have defined an anonymous function that we would normally lose because it's not referenced by anything, and we execute it immediately. This is known as an immediately invoked function expression, IIFE. Now, back to our shopping website, right? Let's say that when we first load the website, we wanted to grab data from the database and put it, accessible to the browser. So we have this function reference, load data, and it's going to pretend that it loads the data. So let's just run it, pretending to load data from database. But let's say that we want to make sure, because remember, this is a big website. We have a lot of developers with their hands in there, and we want to make sure that we load the data upon startup one time and one time only. The way we can guarantee that is do not have a function reference. Just get rid of all this, okay? And instead, since we know we want to load it at the beginning, we define it and we run it all at the same time. And it will run one time, there it is, and never run again because there's no function reference to refer to in later parts of the code. So this video was just all background to get you familiar with immediately invoked function reference or an immediately invoked anonymous function, because that is the key to where we're headed to and trying to figure out the memory leak.